Did you ever get yourself into a cycle of self-harm, blank, swiping, procrastination, acting out, or second-guessing? You recognize the behavior is not disappearing, but cutting them out is something you build. What if the old Stoics caught a flight from your self-will? Consider this: you roll out of bed in the morning. You can't reach out for your best selves and shucks your neck deep in an ocean of habit old. The anger piles up. Why can't I do it another way? You're furious at yourself. The Stoics called you something. The issue isn't the habit, but what you're thinking about the habit. And that's where your strength starts, my friend. Let's start with a cliche: habits are not what we do, but evidence of what we think. The philosopher King Marcus Aurelius wrote himself out: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Maybe your unwanted habits are not failures of willpower, but misguided efforts to satisfy a need: comfort, distraction, validation. The Stoics lead us to believe that self-command begins with understanding why we do things. Grouching attitude, perhaps. Anyone may grouse about a crummy day, but each time you grouse, you run through a play of helplessness. Epictetus, a slave himself, lived under conditions we can hardly even imagine. And he wrote, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Think not gruche to yourself, what can I draw out of this?" That transition to empowered learner from helplessness victim is the Stoic shortcut. But come on, you notice this and you do something other than that. Stoic philosopher Seneca admitted he couldn't even bother to dress. In one of his epistles, he admits, "I am not yet free from my bad habits, but I know them, and that's step one." Maybe you do. Do this: tuck a small notebook into your pocket one day. Each time you find yourself guilty of an unseemly habit, jot it down. No sense of jot it down. You will see a pattern triggers mood reasons. That is your map. And then the Stoics steal themselves. They believed you could not slay habit with will. They used instead discipline, habit of repetition, not habit of punishment. Your mind is a garden. Weeds are bad habit. You can't grab them, you have to substitute with best. Each time you catch yourself automatically reaching for your phone, substitute it with a hold and breathe. Procrastination starts as the promise to do 5 minutes work. Small mindful pauses rewire the brain. And happiness. Stoics weren't tough cynics, they thought life was worthwhile. Marcus Aurelius had once put into writing, "When you wake in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Quitting bad habits is not losing, it's clearing the way for what matters. What if, rather than checking out on distraction, you ask something else: what would make today matter? Here's a challenge: pick one habit you'd like to change. Not 10, not 5, just one. For the next week, apply the Stoic method. Awareness: notice when and why the habit arises. Reframing: ask, what would my best self do instead? Action: replace the habit with a tiny positive step. And don't forget, imperfect forward progress, not perfection. Mastery, as far as the Stoics were concerned, was a process. Seneca reminded himself each morning by asking himself the question, "Every morning I ask myself, how long will you wait to demand the best of yourself?" Even he knew, however, that forward progress is baby steps. Be kind to yourself. Any teeny weensy step of forward progress is one step in the direction of freedom. So hello viewer, I'd actually love it if you did comment your thought. What are you unsticking yourself from? What are you into that Stoic? Comment below, let's learn from one another. And if something in this video made you slam on the brakes, no biggie. Like, text someone who needs reminding you're more powerful than your habits. The road to mastery of self begins with one resolute commitment. As Marcus Aurelius might remind us, waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one. Start today and in your garden.